Hi, I'm Barbara Wainwright, the CEO and founder of Wainwright Global Institute of Professional Coaching. And today I am so honored to be here with Dr. MelissaTanner, who is the CEO of Counterbalance Visionaries, LLC, and Spark You Healing, LLC. Her favorite accomplishment is helping individuals align and thrive through holistic practices, including coaching, shadow work, inner child work, Reiki, and mindfulness. She has a doctorate in education in performance improvement leadership and a master's degree in aeronautical science with a specialization in aviation, aerospace, education, technology. She holds certifications as a Myers-Briggs type indicator administrator and interpreter, a certified professional coach, and a certified yoga teacher. In 2021, Dr. Tanner left the corporate world to work full-time as a coach, an educator, and resilience champion. After leaving her corporate engagement, Dr. Tanner expanded her coaching to include corporate consulting and has an impressive resume of real-world experience working with corporate clients in the areas of culture, leadership, and employee development. Dr. Tanner lives on the Emerald Coast of Florida with her husband, son, and 2 dogs. In her free time, she teaches yoga, goes to the beach, reads, and enjoys family time. Welcome to this interview. Thank you so much for taking the time, Dr. MelissaTanner.
Wow. Thank you so much, Barbara. It's my honor to be here with you. Thank you for that amazing opening. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. So this is an interview where I want people to get to know you. And I'm wondering, I just shared a lot about your background. Is there anything else that you'd like to share about your background? I mean, come on, you just got married.
So I just got married in May. So that's been, I'm going through my own transition and my own transformation in my whole life, not just in my career, not just in one area, but all of the areas of my life. Like many of my clients are, which is why I love working, doing transformation work with individuals and with businesses, but mostly with individuals. I love watching people change their life and take steps to grow and thrive and align with their true purpose.
Oh, isn't it the best?
It
So
is.
I mean, just as a coach, when you're out there and you're helping people and you're making that difference, what is that like for you personally when you get to see those, I'd say your clients have those aha moments?
That is one of my favorite things is to help know that what I'm doing is helping them, because coming into coaching, this was a lifelong process for me. And I found that I have a lot of nuggets or knowledge that I can now pass on that I've gathered since I was 14 years old. And I bought my first self-help or coaching book, which is from a very famous life coach that kind of started everything
Wow.
in the self-help group. And I found this book and bought it. And all of a sudden, I just knew what my purpose was. So, watching my clients step into their purpose, step into that next level of their life, whether it be small steps, big steps, or have those aha moments where something I say, you just see the light bulb come on and you can watch their life transform and change
Yeah,
so quickly.
it is. It's so rewarding, so rewarding.
It
So
is.
you knew when you were 14 that you wanted to be a coach. It was reading that book that changed everything for
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I didn't know because back then we didn't really call it coaching. That's been a long time ago. They didn't really call it coaching then. They called it self-help. They called it the power of yourself. And they had a lot of different words back then for it. But I came from a place where even though you had people that were positive and you had people that motivated you, there really weren't people that could tell you how to get from point A to point B. It was a poor neighborhood, poor area. I grew up relatively poor. I wasn't super poor like, a lot of people that come out on, but it was, single mom,
yeah.
we kind of struggled.
Yeah.
And so there wasn't that next step. There wasn't that person to put there and give you that information. So when I found this book and I read it, I was like, okay, what's the next thing? And as I navigated life, I can look back to then and go, I knew right then. I didn't know what the name for it was,
Yeah.
but I knew that's how I wanted to help people.
Yes. So it
Yeah.
sounds like coaching has made a big difference in your life. Would that be true?
It has. I met a life coach when I was 25,
Ooh.
and I was working with a professional speaker, and I met this amazing woman who was a life coach. She was one of the early on life coaches. And I was very lucky to have to form this great friendship with her that has spanned almost 25 years. And she was my life coach for many of the times during my life. So it's really impacted me. So, along with this journey and the inspiration to help people make that next step, I met her and I was like, oh, there's a name for what I want to do. And most recently, about a year and a half ago, she was transitioning in her life as a retiree, wanting to do something new. And she called me and she's like, can you be my coach?
Oh my
And
gosh.
I said that was amazing.
Yes, yes, that's awesome.
Yes.
So, who would you say is your ideal? Who do you love to work with?
I love working with women in transition and members of the LGBTQIA, the Alphabet Mafia, as most kids, some people refer to it. I
Yeah.
really love working specifically with that group of individuals that are making those next strides, who are transforming their lives and going from maybe um, especially women in their 30s to 50s, who,
Mm,
as women, we have so many changes that happen
my God.
from 30 to 50 or 30 to 60, but especially 30 to 50, you have a lot of changes. You have your kids sometimes, if you have family, they're leaving and you're looking for, do I want to still stay at this job or do I not want to?
Yeah.
Do I want to go back to work? Do I want to start a business? And then the physical changes that we go through as
Yes.
women during that time as well
Yes.
are often in need of an ear or someone to help them navigate that next steps.
Absolutely. Yeah, the hormonal changes that women go through in that period of time is just can be off the
Yeah.
charts
Yes,
disruptive.
I see a lot of them in my Reiki healing business as well. So that's I do that with coupled with some red light therapy, super helpful for them.
Yeah, it's so great that you have such a diverse background because you can help people in terms of the Reiki healing. That can be so powerful and transformative in itself. And then if you add the coaching in on top of that, it's like you
Yes.
can really help your clients have huge transformation.
Yes, and the breakthroughs that happen, especially with individuals who are trying to make that next change,
Mm,
that next step in their life. Sometimes it's just early in life too, where they go, I don't want to be at this job anymore. How do I make that change? Or I've later in life as you go, I've worked here for 20 years. I don't know if I could do anything else, but I would really love to do X, Y, and Z. And you
yeah.
help them make that leap and make their dreams come true. It's amazing to
It
watch.
is so true. So, is there a
Yes.
story? Do you have a story about a particular client that was able to make that transition that you'd like to share with us?
But I have one client that I've been working or I've worked with in the past. She's a fellow Reiki practitioner,
Okay.
and she was struggling to step into her practice. And so we went through our methodology, Barbara, that I learned from Wainwright Global. And it was incredible to take her through the envisioning process, to
Mhm.
take her through the what would you want? What is your ideal life? All of the questions and where she was in her life in the different areas or the different domains of her life. And could she and did she really want to take that leap at this moment? And it was extremely helpful for her. And she rebranded herself. She's working on her second book and she's doing great. And she did step into her practice.
Isn't that awesome? That is
Yes.
so rewarding, knowing that you helped somebody to have the courage, because that's really what it's, courage to
It
take that
is.
step and do something that it's in their heart to do.
Yes.
There's like all these big question marks of what's that going to be like, what's it going to feel like, what's it going to look like, what, and then you can help them see it, feel it, taste it, and experience it, and then go for it.
Yes, and it's really incredible. I had a class that I was leading at a local spiritual center called Spark Curiosity. So every week we would do something different. We would talk about something different. There were also always coaching elements threaded through all of the classes. So I would kind of sneak it in on them. And after COVID, when COVID hit, we had to quit meeting in person. And so we all went our separate ways, except for a few of us. But a couple of the people were all still friends, and one has taken her photography business to the next level. She has stepped into a new personal paradigm and changed her life completely. And so she's reestablished her values. She's getting ready to go full time in her photography business. And then so that was incredible. And I have another lady who I forget where she moved to, but she picked up her whole life and she just moved. She said, I just don't want to do this anymore. And I had one young girl that she left the college program that her parents wanted her to take, and she pursued a creative career.
I love it.
As an artist, and she is so happy and she's doing all these great things, and I'm so proud of her.
Yes, yes. Like I guess the conventional, you need to go to college, you need to do this, you need to do that. It isn't for everyone,
It
and the
isn't.
fact that she was creative and she had all this I think that's God's gift to her, was her
Yes.
creativity, and to try and shut that down and go to school and go that avenue, when no, God's blessed her with all this
Yes.
creativity, and it needs to be, the world needs that. We need that
Yes.
gift that an artist brings.
And one of the things that she said actually helped her make the decision to make that leap is during this class was the same time that I quit my corporate job. And I left the corporate genre and said, okay, I'm done. I'm going out on my own. And I took a year and a half sabbatical to do all of my own inner work and
Yes.
to coach myself and go through all of the processes that I put our clients through. The
Yes.
same thing. I went through all the worksheets. I had people that were accountability partners that I said, is this true?
Yeah.
And sounding boards. And it was really an amazing year and a half of shadow work and transformation work for myself, and really getting back to the core of who I was, when that I had lost during that particular stint in corporate.
Wow.
And it was I was really able to get back into my yoga practice. I was able to, this was during COVID, so I
Yeah.
wasn't teaching yoga classes,
Right.
but it was like, okay, this is what I would like to do, and this is my vision for the future, and you just start working the plan.
Let's say somebody wants to work with you, meet you, have a
Yes.
chance to explore what it would be like to be your client. What would be the best way for them to reach you?
The best way would be through my website. There is going to be a page at the bottom or underneath this
Video.
particular post when you put it at Barbara. But that website is going to be Spark U, the letter U, healing.com/book, because we are talking about our book, The Power of Coaching, which Barbara has
Absolutely.
graciously pulled together some amazing coaches. And in that book, we also have a special offer,
Yeah.
which anyone who is watching this interview can also do this special offer. If you go to sparkuhealing.com/book, there's a special offer for a complimentary 30-minute coaching session and exploration conversation with me, or they can reach me on Instagram at sparkuhealing.
Is there anything else that you would like to share with our audience before we conclude our interview?
I would love to remind people as we're going through the next period of our lives. There's a couple of things and I would love to leave them with. There are 4 things that you need to remember, and I'm not going to go deep into either one of them. You have them in the book, so you can find explanations and deeper conversation about this in the book. But you need community is
Yes,
the first thing.
yes,
So
yes,
that's the first lesson I learned during that trip. You do need community. So find your tribe, find your community, find your pod, whatever you want to call it, your inner circle,
yes,
and work with each other, lean on each other, support each other, love each other, and be good to each other. The
yes,
second is listen to your own tuition, your own intuition. Your own intuition, your inner self knows what you need. The third thing is become your own best friend. That means telling yourself the truth, working with your inner child, not against him or her, having a lot of self love, and just being really good to yourself, treating yourself like you would one of those people in your community. And the last thing is, and it goes along with that last piece, rest and recovery is not a luxury. It is never a luxury. That is how you reset yourself. That's how you revitalize yourself when you're in rest and recovery. That's when your greatest ideas come. That's where all of these problems that you think are in your mind unwind. So go and have some fun. It'll be absolutely worth it.
love that. Those are 4 powerful transformational tools. Thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you for your time today. I really appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Barbara. I've enjoyed talking with you, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.